Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So we're going to be continuing the paint correction on my 2017 STI. So far, I've already done the entire passenger side, the whole front clip. So basically all that I have left are the two driver doors, side skirt, and the rear end. I'm not doing the roof since it is vinyled. The vinyl's in really good shape. I really don't like to polish vinyl. I know you can, but I'm choosing not to. I am going to ceramic coat that as well when I do, when I do everything else. But I'm not going to actually polish it. It doesn't need it. It's perfect. There's no scratches or anything. It's really high quality vinyl, so it doesn't really scratch as easily. If you haven't watched the last two videos, I'm using a yellow Rupes pad with Sonex Perfect Finish. It's cutting and doing the job really well. The paint is in really good shape. I mean, it's hard to tell on camera without proper lights on it, but it's in good shape. I take care of the car. So there's really not many scratches or swirling that I really need to take care of. There's just a few here and there that I need to pay attention to, but otherwise it's in really good shape. So I'm gonna do a lot less talk in this video, just kind of finish this up. The next video is gonna be ceramic coating when I'm actually finishing everything up, but otherwise we're almost done. I've been doing this over the last couple of days, taking my time, doing each panel, and making sure I'm doing it right and everything, and getting all the scratches out before I do the actual ceramic. So let's get started. I'm going to actually start on the rear end. I want to get this knocked out, the wing and everything. One of the parts I really need to focus on is the top of the trunk here, as well as the top of the wing, just because that's a bigger area. Scratches can happen a lot more easier there. So I'm going to put a lot of detail and attention in those parts, but otherwise everything else is in good shape. So let's get started. Let's knock this out. Another thing before I actually start, I wanted to mention I finally got an STI flag. If you guys haven't noticed in a lot of videos that I've been doing, I have my M flag here from when I had an M3. Over there is a WRX when I had my 2013 WRX. I've not gotten an STI flag after all this time, so I figured it was time to finally get one, put it up on the wall, and kind of do this car justice. I actually got this from a buddy that I talk to often. He goes by WRX Daily on Instagram. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. He posts a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool Subarus and everything. And he actually got this for me for a really good deal. So if you're looking to pick one up, it's by supremeflags.com. They can get you a good deal, and it's really high quality flag. So before I start, I'm gonna hang this up on the wall, kind of rearrange things over here and get this on the wall. All right, there we go. Some rearranging of the flags. It took me a little bit. Usually I just use 3M double-sided tape, but it wasn't holding, I guess, because it's colder. I don't know what it was, whatever, but it wasn't holding. So I decided to use some really, really small nails, put them in the corners. You can kind of see them. I hate this pegboard. This came with the house, so I really don't care about, putting nails in it or anything like that. I am going to eventually sheetrock the rest of this, over here, sheetrocked against the house. It's really ugly and terrible, but I'm eventually going to sheetrock the rest of this. So I'm not too worried about it. It's really ugly. Can't stand it. This is something that bothers me so much. That's one of the reasons why it's all crappy water stains here from previous owners and stuff. So I really don't mind putting flags over it and everything. But there we go. STI flag is finally up after 4 years of ownership with this car. It's been quite a while. I'm glad I got it. So a huge shout out to WRX Daily. Thank you for getting this for me. It's a really, really nice flag. It's actually the highest quality flag out of all of them. All right, so now let's get back to the car, start correcting it, and finish this up. So the wing's coming out really nice. There's one section right about here. I believe it's kind of like a paint defect. I don't know if you'll be able to get it on camera. Let's see. Kind of see it right here. There's a couple lines. It's actually not scratches in the clear coat. It seems to be underneath on the actual paint. So in order to get rid of that, I would probably have to wet sand it, but I'm not doing that. Otherwise, the wing came out really nice. Very easy. Subaru paint is so soft, so it corrects so quickly. Obviously, the best way to probably do this is to take the wing completely off the car, but we're not going that crazy. As crazy as I am, I don't feel like doing that much work and going, taking it off and doing it that way. But knock out the sides, get the top and the back finished, and we can finally move on to the side and finally knock this out. Oh man, okay, I'm really happy the polishing is done. What I'm gonna do now is go over the car with Geon Prep, which is basically just like an IPA. Removes any residual polish or any remaining oils or anything that's left on the paint from the polishing process. So I'm gonna go around, wipe the whole car down, and then we can finally get started on the ceramic coating. Now I'm gonna do that. I know you guys are probably disappointed, but I'm gonna do that in a separate video because I wanna dedicate a single video to ceramic coating as opposed to just throwing it at the end of this video. I kinda wanna make sure I kinda talk you through the process of that whole thing because a lot of people are interested in it and how to do it and why to do it and just what it looks like and everything. So I'm gonna do a dedicated video just for that. I hope you enjoyed the polishing series. I know it was a little bit longer, but like I said, I took my time. I wanted to make sure I did it right. I did it over the course of a couple days as opposed to what I normally do it and just force myself through a weekend and be exhausted on Monday. So I hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, be sure to ask them below. Really happy with the new flag setup and everything. It looks really, really nice. I would say I'm probably about 92% there. There's a few things that I was okay with. I can spend hours and hours and hours on it. I'm probably about 12 to 13 hours deep on just polishing. So it takes time. Obviously the videos are much shorter than that. I'm not gonna sit there and record the whole entire 12, 13 hours of polishing because I don't think you guys would enjoy that, but it does take time. It takes a lot of time sitting at each panel, making sure you're getting all the scratches out, making sure you're doing an even cut. Just can't do something like this in like an hour or two. It takes a lot of time. It's an art form. Not to say that I'm a professional. I know everything there is to know about detailing or paint correcting. I've been doing it for years and years. I'm still learning each and every single time I do one, but I kind of have an eye for it, just from over the years and experience and, doing different cars and my own cars and everything. So it's a little bit easier for me, but if it's your first time, you'll learn. It takes time. Don't get discouraged. You will get very tired. You will get frustrated with it. So, I always recommend taking a few days to be able to get it done because, just getting all that work done in a day or two is pretty crazy unless you're able to dedicate that amount of time to actually getting a car done or that's your job or whatever it may be. It is a lot of work. I just want to end this video on this note. This is just my way. This is my process. This is not the way. So I don't want people coming at me saying, oh, you're doing this wrong or that wrong and everything. I mean, obviously I love constructive criticism. I love, people kind of point out things and say like, hey, why don't you try this or that. This is just my way. This is just the way that I've developed over the years. So I'm not saying this is the 100% the best way to do things or the way that you have to do your car. The combo that I used over here, which was the yellow pad and the Sonex Perfect Finish, that's might not necessarily work for you. There's a lot of different combinations. Every paint is different. Every car is different. So it's going to react differently. The weather, the temperature and everything. It's a lot of things that come into play here. So you just want to make sure that you take the time and do it right. And I promise you'll get a really, really good looking car. The paint will be flawless. And I am so happy that is done after all that work. I'm really happy with the polishing. So now, like I said, I'm gonna go wipe it down. I'll throw that at the end of this video so you guys can see just, the process. It's not really anything exciting, but just so you can see me doing it. And then again, the next video will be me actually ceramic coating and going in detail about how to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you in the next one.